Hello again, North Star with a look at the uranium markets. I've got a mixture of gold, silver, uranium, and cryptocurrency investments, and so those are basically what I'll be covering in future videos. So here we are with UR Energy, one of the uranium companies, and just taking a broad view of the long-term chart since 2006, really. So you can see how on the log chart, price has reacted each time we've hit that resistance level. We try it on the non-log chart, on the linear chart, and you can see that trying to sort of draw a resistance line that kind of connects all of these points just isn't going to work, and the price is more sort of compressed when it's down at these lower levels. People sometimes ask me, how do you know when to use a log or a linear chart? And the simple answer really is just to answer the question, which of those two versions is price responding to or reacting to? Over short periods of time, you very often find that over a period of a few weeks or a few months, then the linear chart or the non-log chart or the arithmetic chart is basically absolutely fine for sort of defining levels of support and resistance, and your price sort of bounces off those lines of support and resistance. But on the longer term charts, where you're looking at sort of years and you're looking at commodities or prices of things that basically are priced in the prevailing currency, then because that prevailing currency is being printed at an exponential rate, it kind of makes sense that the price chart over a longer period of time that you should be using is the log chart. And when you look at prices on a logarithmic scale over a long period of time, that's exactly what you find, is that the support and resistance lines tend to work far, far better in terms of defining where price is likely to react. So we've got a reaction point here where prices turn down, another one here, prices turn down, another one in this area hasn't quite made the resistance line, but it very nearly did, and prices turned down, and then here again it's hit it and prices turned down. So as far as support goes, you can put a line in somewhere kind of here, and that's a general sort of line or zone where you're getting sort of price support. So whenever the price comes down to that line, it's a good sort of place to get in and invest in this particular company. It's done it here as well, almost got down to the line here, and it has done here as well. So the support line area is a good place to sort of to get into the stock. So looking at more recent price action, you can sort of zoom into the last year or so. You can see these are the same support and resistance lines. Interesting when you sort of go out to the full view there. This is just a wick on the candle. This drop down here, that's the candle there, and this is a wick dropping down below because the monthly price has closed above that support line. But when you when you zoom in and look at the 1 year time frame, then there are lots of candles within that month that closed below the line. But because the monthly candle closed above the line, this is just noise. It's not in the grand scheme of things. It's not hugely important. The price has got back within the support and resistance lines. So we've seen a couple of sort of bullish looking chart patterns over the last few months. One was here, and it was forming a nice bullish sort of pennant, where sort of price sort of goes backwards and forwards between two trend lines that are both trending downwards, but if they carried on would sort of meet at a point. Price broke out above that, which was bullish, and then we've sort of formed another one of these sort of bullish descending patterns. It's more sort of a megaphone pattern this time, where the lines are expanding with increasing volatility and increasing sort of battle between buyers and sellers, if you like. But because we, I suspect, are in the early stages of a commodities and a uranium bull market, my bias is to see this resolving to the upside. The indicators are resetting nicely now, and I think probably in sync with gold and silver when they break out later on this month or early next month. I think the same thing's likely to happen with the uranium miners. And this is UR Energy. We can have a look at one or two of the others and see what sort of positions they're in. So NextGen is on my list here as well. See what NextGen is doing. Waiting for the chart to appear. Here we go. So this is NextGen, and if we look at the sort of big picture, you can see that, I'll move the text out of the way.